Hey folks, 10-minute Tuesday time. Today I'm talking about accepting compliments. Seems like something that a lot of people struggle with. I don't know whether you're a person who finds it difficult to accept compliments when people are nice to you. Maybe you're the person who's being nice and those around you don't know how to accept compliments. If you've heard much of my stuff, you'll know that I love thinking about things in terms of a system and being scientific. And this behavior is no different. People are not their behavior. People work perfectly. Every behavior is an attempt to meet a need. Every behavior is the attempt. Every behavior is merely the fruit of the belief. It flows purely out of a belief. So you can understand this stuff. It's really cool. When you see it as a system can be deconstructed, understood, and replaced. That's a lot of fun. So there's nothing strange and weird or broken about not being able to accept compliments. Of course, you can't accept a compliment. Of course, your friends and family can't accept compliments. That's the exact result you should expect. Nothing strange or weird. When you see it as a system, understand that people work perfectly, then you can begin to really understand the exact strategy, which is a lot of fun. So there's a really clear strategy to compliments. I'll unpack that for you in a moment. But before I do that, just wanted to talk about the Facebook group idea. People have been asking me about, all the ways that I can help. Not everyone can afford coaching. Not everyone's ready for coaching. People are looking for ways to engage the content, to talk about this stuff, to get it inside them so it transforms them. For a few years, I ran a Facebook group and it was good and fun, but I always felt like it was vaccinating people. They were getting a little and it was stopping them getting the lot. So because they had proximity to the ideas, they felt like, yeah, I'm doing the work, but no one was doing the work. And so if you think you're doing the work and not doing the work, then you can't do the work because you're vaccinated. So to do the work requires some buy-in, requires some intention, requires some commitment. So I think the way to solve that, and it was Bryce Holdaway. He's such a great friend and such a wise soul. He's been we've had some great conversations about the Insecurity Project and just really building community in a meaningful way. Because the purpose of this project is to raise the collective consciousness of the planet. People suffer greatly for not knowing how to solve this problem. So as we each overcome insecurity in our own life, and we show up in a way that empowers others to solve this problem as well. It shows them it's true. So it's of great value to the whole world that as many people understand how insecurity is solved. And first of all, that insecurity can be solved. So this group idea, I'm going to have another crack, but only for people who've had some kind of buy-in. So you've got to have read the book, done the short course, actually shown up with some kind of intention to say, yeah, this is important and I actually want to live these ideas. So stay tuned for that. But I'm excited about creating a tribe and really building a movement around this stuff. So back to accepting compliments. Now, here's the strategy. So the reason that you can't accept a compliment from someone else is because you haven't given it to yourself first. That's how your brain works. We only find evidence for what we believe is true. All else gets deleted, distorted, and generalized to fit our map of the world. That is pure science. We don't have room for stuff that we don't believe is true. It is too much of a time waste. It's too much of an energy waste. We only have room to pay attention to things we already believe is true. So again, this becomes an issue of your own opinion. Until you have been the one to deeply love and accept yourself first and compliment yourself, then no one else can do it. Because when others compliment you, you'll doubt it anyway. You'll think, oh, what do they want from me? Are they trying to butter me up? Are they trying to get something from me? Are they just being nice? What's this about? You'll mistrust it. And then it'll get weird, as it does. It gets weird. People know it gets weird. It's a weird space when people compliment and if you don't know how to deal with that. So until you compliment yourself first, you will not be able to receive compliments from anyone else. And this is your job. This is part of the adult work that you're doing. It's to self-reference. It's to grow up. It's to validate your own existence. It's to deeply love and accept yourself. While the child can only outsource that stuff to the world. And even then, it doesn't work very well. So the adult's work is to grow up and do this work yourself. So I enjoy compliments, but for me, they're cream on the top because I take great care in complimenting myself first. So, for instance, if you're watching the YouTube video of this, you might say that my hair looks particularly good today. Well, too late. I've already told that to myself when I first got on and saw the video. When I could see the reflection, I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's tidy. Now, that's not true every day, but today, yeah, I like what you're doing with your hair. That's great. I compliment myself all the time. I'll get off a coaching session and I'll go, Jamin, I loved what you did there. That was sharp. That was very effective. Great work. Like I take the time to notice when I do well. If I have a particularly poignant moment with one of the kids or I feel really present, I'll take a moment to say, yeah, nice work. You're a really great dad. I notice, I pay attention, and if I don't do that for myself, then I'm incapable of handling it or hearing it from somebody else. So when someone else does notice that stuff about me, that's all that I feel it is. They're just noticing what I already know is true. And if they are kind enough to say it, that's great. Sometimes that's nice. I don't need it. Now, the second piece of the puzzle is some great wisdom from Don Miguel Ruiz. And when I first read this, I've said it a number of times, I've had a very spiritual experience reading this book. It just kind of affected every cell in my body as I was reading it. And I'm sure the person sitting next to me on the plane could see there was something happening for me, could feel there was something happening for me. But when I read this particular part, it blew my mind. So this is from the second agreement, take nothing personally. From page 53, whatever people do, feel, think, or say, don't take it personally. If they tell you how wonderful you are, they are not saying it because of you. You know you are wonderful. It is not necessary to believe other people who tell you that you are wonderful. Take nothing personally because it's not about you. People's criticism is not about you, but people's compliments are not about you either. Now that will blow your mind if you can realize. So if it's not about you, then it's about them. So perhaps they see stuff in you that makes them feel good, and saying it out loud to you makes them feel even better. It's not about you. Perhaps they see stuff in you that they feel if they mention to you and point out to you will make you like them better. It's not about you. Got nothing to do with you. Perhaps they are seeing stuff in you that if they comment on, they feel like then you will feel obliged to say the same to them. Not about you. Got nothing to do with you. People's criticism and their compliments is not about you. That will blow your mind. You understand that. So it's your job. It's your job to notice the things that you're doing well and your job to improve the things you're not doing well. It's your job. Part of your role to self-reflect. And as we talk about all the time on the Insecurity Project, the problem you're solving is your own opinion of yourself. It's exciting when it's framed like that because opinions can be changed and you don't need anyone else to do it for you. So if you struggle accepting compliments, stop looking for kinder people, for people who are more diligent in their willingness to repeat their compliments, people who go to great lengths to compliment you. That's not what you need. It's your role, your job. Until you compliment yourself, you won't be able to receive it anyway. The only chance you have to receive it is the stuff that you already think is true, and then it's cream on the top. Hope that's useful. If you need a summary of all the past 10-minute Tuesday episodes, please reach out to Catherine and I, and we'll get that in your hot little hands. If you haven't got a copy of the book already, there are still free versions available of the paperback. Pay for postage. You can upgrade to the audio version if that's useful to go over it by listening to it. Get the ebook as well. And then when you've done that, the short course is the next logical step in the process to get this stuff inside you. Stay tuned for more information about the Facebook group coming up, and I will talk to you again next Tuesday.